Today we're checking out the Haoqi Mustang electric mountain bike. So in a previous video, we reviewed the Haoqi Squirrel, which is actually a really cool bike, compact, easy to maneuver. And when I checked their website, they had something called the Mustang, which was advertised as a premium electric mountain bike. So I was really curious, like what makes it premium? You know, why is it the highest priced item on their website? Now, on first glance, you'll notice that there's no rear hub motor. It's actually a mid-drive motor, Bafang M560. You got the suspension shock right here, the front fork, and a lot of name brand parts or parts that I've recognized. So that's a good sign. You probably couldn't tell that this is an electric bike unless you were really paying attention. So very stealthy, very sleek. Anyway, let's go over all the features. So here we got the 27.5 inch by 2.8 inch all-terrain tires. So you can ride this on the pavement or you can ride this on the trail. Got the Gemma hydraulic disc brake over here with a 180 millimeter rotor. And this is actually a brand that I recognize, the Suntour or SR Suntour. And this front suspension fork is an XCM 34. We actually used the Suntour on our Zeus build a couple months back, and it was actually a really good fork. So this is a good sign. I think this will give us some really good suspension. Hidden inside the frame is a UL certified 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery. So that should be plenty of range for riding through trails or commuting. You also got the charging port right here, the rear suspension shock. And here's a look at the Bafang M560. It's a 500 watt mid-drive motor. Also has a built-in torque sensor for a more natural riding experience. Got the Gemma hydraulic disc brakes in the back and a Velo saddle seat with a little bit of cushioning here. Pretty typical for mountain bikes. Up top, we got the flat EMTB handlebar, rubber grips, display controls right here, bell. You got a really big center-mounted color LCD display. I really like the design of this, very simple, doesn't seem cluttered. You have your riding mode over here. So there's two riding modes, class 1 and 2. You also have the 8-speed Shimano shifter and a right-hand half-twist throttle. I like how skinny this is, very low profile. This is a nice touch. And here's a look at the Shimano 8-speed derailleur. And the total weight of this bike is 64 pounds. So very manageable, pretty easy to carry or lift up a flight of stairs. So now that we've gone over all the features of the Haoqi Mustang electric mountain bike, let's take it out for its first ride.
The Mustang features a black aluminum frame that's designed for both city streets and off-road trails. The bike's 27.5 by 2.8 inch tires provide a solid grip on a variety of surfaces, and the Suntour front suspension fork, combined with the rear shock, keeps things comfortable even when the ground gets rough. And even at 64 pounds, it feels lightweight for its size, making it easy to maneuver. It's powered by a 500 watt mid-drive motor with a torque sensor to deliver a natural pedaling experience. With the UL certified 48 volt, 15 amp hour removable battery, you get a range of up to 75 miles, depending on your pedal assist level and terrain. You can also switch between Class 1 and Class 2 riding modes to suit your environment. In terms of control, the Mustang is equipped with Shimano 8-speed gearing, which makes tackling inclines and descents a breeze. And the half-twist throttle and 5 levels of pedal assist allow you to adjust the bike's power response based on your riding needs. The hydraulic disc brakes offer solid stopping power, which is essential when you're hitting higher speeds or navigating trails. And the center-mounted color LCD display makes it easy to check your stats, including battery life, speed, and distance.
Okay, first ride with the Haoqi Mustang. And they advertise this bike as a premium electric mountain bike. And yeah, I tend to agree. I'll sit on it here. So it's actually pretty comfortable. I can't quite flat-foot it, but I'm able to kind of get my feet down in a comfortable position. And there are two riding modes, Class 1 and Class 2, along with 5 levels of pedal assist for each. So a total of 10 riding modes. We'll start on Class 1 and we'll just put it up to pedal assist 1 and see how that feels. Okay. Yeah, I mean, really natural, super quiet. We got the Bafang M560 motor. I have a lot of experience with the Bafang M600 on the Onyx LZR. And this feels very similar. So yeah, on level 1, it feels like a regular mountain bike. And the torque sensor is creating just enough power to feel natural with my leg inputs here. We'll bump it up to pedal assist level 3. No throttle, just pedaling. And yeah, you get a lot more torque kicking in on that mode. This is really, really comfortable. I know I'm on a paved, smooth parking lot right now. we'll have Sully test it off-road, but just in terms of like riding this like through the city, yeah, this is like pretty amazing. All right, now let's switch to class level 2. So we'll hold down the plus button and it's switched off to class 2 riding mode, and we'll start on pedal assist level 3. And here we'll give it a little bit of throttle, and you definitely get some torque kicking in on the motor, but it's not jarring, it's very smooth. And then you add a little pedal input and you definitely have enough power to kind of climb up hills if you need to. I love the sound of this motor. The sound of this motor is so nice. Pedal assist level 5, class 2 mode, and this should definitely get me past 20 miles per hour. Probably not enough lot to really get full speed, but I can try. And I'm hitting about 20 miles per hour on the display. There's probably a way to increase that. Test out these hydraulic disc brakes. Yeah, that thing grips. So first impressions, initial thoughts, just riding it in this smooth parking lot. Yeah, this is a really, really cool bike. I think the parts that Haoqi chose for this makes a lot of sense for the geometry of the bike, the weight of the bike, and again, that Bafang mid-drive motor. Lots of experience with the M600. This feels pretty similar to that. It's so quiet. I think most people may not know that you're riding an electric bike. The tune on this particular motor is really good. So the torque sensor feels very natural on every pedal assist level. Sometimes there's a big variation between 1 and 2 or even 1 and 3. It's a very subtle variation on the power levels. So yeah, and then being able to change from class 1 to class 2 is pretty cool too. The suspension, I was still feeling it even in this parking lot. I was able to kind of like maneuver and move my body and shift my body, you know, to compress the springs or the fork to really get traction when I want to do some tighter turns. So being able to maneuver on something like this on pavement is really good. I don't think it's overkill. I think you could ride this as a commuter bike and it would be actually a lot of fun to ride to work. It's pretty fun. I see why they call this a premium electric bike on their website. Anyway, we'll kick it over to Sully. He'll ride some off-road. Maybe we'll find a trail or two and see how it performs on there.
All right, guys, so we're here, little off-road trail, walking trail, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, with the Haoqi Mustang, and we're just gonna cruise around and see what we can, see what kind of trouble we can get into. So this is like some really soft, like wood chip trail. Oh, that's a lot of squirrels. Well, that's kind of cool. They got, I haven't been down over here ever. Definitely gonna have to raise up the seat real quick though. Seat needs to go up. Much better. So the suspension is really soaking up all these bumps really nice. I mean, it is like you are on a cloud. Getting in some dirt. Lots of squirrels. Woo! Yeah, definitely handling all the terrain really well. I mean, I can hardly even tell that I'm off-road right now. Brakes are good. Throttle feels smooth. Pedal assist comes in smooth. Yeah, this thing's sweet. Definitely just eats up the trails like they're nothing. Exactly what I would expect from this quality of bike and the price tag that it comes with it. Like over some trees, and like I am not feeling any of the roots there. All right, coming in through There's some roots here, which generally jar you around quite a bit, but on this bike, it takes all of it, no problem. I mean, you hardly even tell you're going over that stuff. And I do still have it in mode 1. We can kick it up into mode 2, but I think this trail is a bit too technical for all that power.
So here's what we like. The M560 motor, paired with a torque sensor, makes for a natural and engaging ride that's easy to handle. Its full suspension setup provides a comfortable ride, even on bumpy trails. And the frame's weight distribution makes it feel agile and easy to maneuver. But here's some things to consider. The lack of a kickstand means you'll need a wall or dedicated bike stand to keep it upright, which could be a hassle in certain scenarios. And without front or rear fenders, you're exposed to dirt and water spray. Overall, the Mustang brings power, comfort, and versatility in an all-terrain package that's hard to overlook. The mid-drive motor keeps the experience quiet and fun, while the full suspension adds confidence over uneven ground. And even though the missing kickstand and fenders might be minor inconveniences, they don't take away from the bike's overall performance and usability. If you're after a reliable and affordable electric mountain bike, the Mustang is worth a look. So, what are your thoughts on the Mustang? Do its features line up with what you're looking for in an EMTB, or do you want more? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.